So hello everybody, hope everybody's had a great week and also a good weekend. Today we're going to be talking about the P38 Lightning. This is the J version, the Droop Snoot, the P38L, or the F5E. It's an old kit from Academy, and this is the second time I built it. I had it when I was pretty young too, but a lot of the models I had when I was young got destroyed or lost or whatever, so I bought it again. That was before Tamiya released theirs. And I don't know, Tamiya or Hasegawa, I think they both released one. I really like it, but I can't afford it. So we're going to go with this one. Maybe someday I can get the other one. Info over the aircraft. The XP-38 program started in 1939. The Army Air Corps recognized the Lightning had catapulted fighter aircraft design well into the future. At a time when 325 mile per hour fighter was considered very fast, the over 400 mile per hour speed of the P-38 was a shock. In the early days of World War II, the Lightning went through a bunch of teething problems like most of the new aircraft did back then. But once the problems were solved, the later versions of the Lightning were really good, really long range, and could carry a lot of heavy weapons. It says the pilots of the 475th Fighter Wing established an enviable record in the South Pacific. So here we have a parts map. It came with 7 trees of like a silver gray plastic, and then a lot of clear parts too. So step 1, we start with the cockpit. You have here some optional instructions if you build a P-38J Droop Snoot, L Pathfinder, or the F5E Photo Recon. Then you have some different things you have to do here. Step 2, detail on the sides of the cockpit. And here for the P-38J you have a hole to make. Step 3, you're building the main wheels and working on the 2 twin booms. Here, farther along, installing the landing gear, putting the booms together. You have the landing gear doors and some other details, intakes and stuff here to put on. Step 4, you put the wings together, put the booms on, and little detail parts here. Step 5 here, you have some, you're building the nose, and there's every different aircraft has a different nose. You have the P-38J, the Droop Snoot, the Pathfinder, or the F5 Photo Recon. Then you build the front landing gear. You have the ladder here, horizontal stabilizers, and the fin, the weight in the back, some instruments. Here's a diagram of how the ladder's supposed to go. Here's step 6, building the armament. You have rockets, bombs. There's another set of rockets and fuel tanks. Here's some more diagrams for the Droop Snoot, the Pathfinder, and the F5E Photo Recon. The one on the other page was for this part, and here is for the end. You also have instruments here, then you put the armaments on. That's the end of the, and this is the end of the build. Then we have the marking instructions, painting and marking instructions. Okay, this is the P-38J flown by Colonel Charles H. McDonald, 475th Fighter Group. This is Putmaru, one I built. I'm working on at least. And you have a separate page here with the rest. We have the P-38J Droop Snoot, P-38L Pathfinder, and on this side we have F5E or Photo Recon. You see the focus was on the Putmaru because the other 3 don't have units or anything. So they were focusing mainly on the Putmaru, but it has full markings and everything for all aircraft. So here it is. It's not finished. I've been working on it for a long time, but I got a little frustrated with the fit problems because it has a lot. But you can work around it and you can make it look decent. I think probably the newer kits are probably a lot better. And maybe I get one for Christmas or something. But here, like, the propeller hubs, I painted by hand. All these stripes, I started painting by hand, but I'm not finished with them yet. I still have to do some, like the red here, and I have to redo some of that that's already on there. I did have the rockets on there, but they fell off. Fell apart. I mean, I could probably finish it pretty fast if I just did it. The top looks actually pretty good, I think. Even though there's you see in the back here, it doesn't fit together exactly right. I could use some filler. I think the external fuel tanks don't look good at all. There's a bit of a fit difficulties here. And here along these, but they're not so big to, they're not so difficult to fill, really. You see here on the Rando, I put some protector on it and just discolored the paint. I don't remember what kind it was, but it might have been, I think at that time I was using the Humbrol, maybe. I'm pretty sure it wasn't the Microsol and Microset that I have now. I either use the Humbrol or a Revell. I've tried all different ones. The Microsol and Microset so far seem to be the best ones, but they're also not perfect. That's why I think really painting, I think it's best to paint on the stuff that you can paint. And you can even use some masking, if you had a wide enough masking tape, you could make roundels, I think. Here's discolored too on the paint. And it actually turns out decent. I think the turbochargers look pretty good. They turned out pretty good. For a cheap kit, I think it's okay. But the other ones, no. I'm sure they're better. Maybe I can get one soon. So I think the detail on the inside of the cockpit is actually decent. I mean, of course you can use more. But it's actually okay, because I've seen a lot of more modern kits that have less detail on the inside than this one. Where most of the, I mean, there is a little bit of detail. At least they put the pipe in there. Or this piece in there. But there's a lot of stuff missing on the inside the wheelbase. And I did use the white metal landing gear from... Yeah, I used white metal landing gear for this. And it was really a bit difficult because the front wheel was way too high and I had to cut it down a little bit to get it to fit right. And it's still not right because it came loose. I have to re-glue it. I would recommend this kit if you're on a budget. It does turn out decent. And P-38, in my opinion, the P-38J is one of the coolest aircraft from World War II. It's just cool. Like the P-38J and the B-25J, they're both cool. So in my next video, we'll be taking another look at this Mitsubishi GTO Twin Turbo 124 scale from Tamiya. The first video wasn't very good, and I'm hoping to do it better. This is one of my favorite cars from the 90s, so I'd like to do it to show it really good. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time.